How do you feel about what's going on in society and the alarming rate of black men being killed by police officers?
Like the best way I could put it, without putting it in the best way possible, is like there's a poem from somebody who survived the Holocaust, right? And they said something like, first they came for the socialists and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the Jews and I didn't say nothing because I wasn't Jewish. Then they came for me and there was nobody left to speak for me. And I feel like that's the climate we're living in right now. So it's
That's really
extremely important that if you're any person, it's extremely important if you're a black person that you carry yourself in a way, black or Hispanic, in a way that combats any type of negative stereotype. That's one thing. But if you're a white person, aside from I hate the word sympathizing with acknowledging that there's systematic racism and oppression, one of the best things you could do is speak out about it, because it just goes back to that quote, if black men keep getting killed at this rate, next it'll be black women, then it'll be white men and white women, and there'll be nobody left. And it's it fucks with me sometimes, cause every day it's a new hashtag, and you make your post about it. You might I've been to rallies and protests, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of going to protests. You know what I'm saying? I take pride in being there, but I'm tired of going out. I wish I'd never have to go out there again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I just try and do is set a good example, put on and provide opportunities for the younger kids, and combat the stereotypes, whether it be if I see I'm very conscious, so if I see an older white woman walking with something in her arms about to go through a door, I'll make sure are you going to here? Can I hold the door? You know what I'm saying? It might change somebody's mind. Or even whatever, an old black woman gets on the train and would you like my seat? And because there's so many stereotypes, being young, being male or female, and then the color of your skin. So I just feel if you try and consciously combat any negative stereotype, whether it be considered your race, gender, or ethnicity, you're doing your part.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Social Thought. I'm Lara and we're here at Macon Soundworks to talk to T Swiffa about his music, photography, social issues, and much more. Stay tuned. Mwah. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Social Thought. I'm here with T Swiffa. How you doing today, Swift?
I'm good. I'm great, honestly. Never better.
So, for those of you who don't know, Swift, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name is T Swiffa. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Macon, New York. I'm a photographer, an artist, creative director. I work mainly in music, photography, and visuals, and it's not necessarily limited to that, but that's my primary discipline and focus when it comes to art.
So you call yourself a hustler? You're a hustler.
Yeah, that's what I say to people a lot of times, to make it make sense, because every 4 years I feel or so there's a new popular boom in certain disciplines of art, be it music. Right now it's kind of photography, with everything that's going on with Instagram and the new iPhone and everything like that. There's a lot of people becoming photographers, as opposed to 5 years ago when the home studio setup became super readily available. You had a lot of people starting to become artists, or realizing they're artists, and now they have the materials that they need at their fingertips. So to make what I do make sense, I kind of I try and steer away from any one label, and just approach each thing specifically. If I'm going to work on a photo shoot, I don't really mention other things I do to that artist. I just focus on the photos. Or if we're going to the studio, I always have my camera with me, so it's kind of hard to you know what I'm saying, to not acknowledge that. but like I just try and just approach everything with like a full focus, and like whatever I'm doing at the moment is what I am or who I am.
Right. So you have a lot going on with photography right now. What projects are you working on currently?
Well, when it comes to photography, I'm the director of photography for the ratfest.com. It's an online platform that doubles as a management consulting agency for artists and producers, helping producers get placements, helping artists secure promo and press for exposure. But besides that, you know, I'm a freelance photographer. This summer I got turned on to street photography, and that kind of like opened up my mind to all kinds of new possibilities, and that ended up leading to me doing like photo series. So I started doing a photo series, one called Women,
Okay.
capital Women, all capital letters, and it was just like, something I wanted to do to kind of like highlight the spectrum of like what is considered beautiful when it comes to women. And cause I always thought it was like super interesting, you know what I mean? Like girls like kind of go for like, you know, if there's like a nigga with like a beard and tattoos and like he looks good and he's fresh and he got on like some cool wavy clothes, you know, maybe kind of sort of like me but like a little fresher. Like girl, it's like universal. Like I don't think there's like a spectrum of beauty when it comes to men like there is for women. You know what I mean? Obviously I'm attracted to women,
Right.
and I'm a man, so I can't really comment too much on it, but I feel like when it comes to women, it's like a wide spectrum. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you could be
For sure.
super skinny and very pale and be beautiful, or you could be like, I mean, we, like, obviously there's like, you know, there's a healthy, limit for each side of the spectrum being healthier or being bigger or thicker or whatever. But like, I feel like there's such a spectrum when it comes to the beauty in women, and like, in photography, it's not always captured. And it's not always
Acknowledged.
portrayed that way. Yeah. It's like my thing is like I feel like I can take a flattering photo of anybody because everybody has like, you know, you'd be like, this is my good side.
Yeah.
There's a certain light you could shine on everybody, and that's where they look the best. And I'm good at finding that angles and that light, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing I did with the photography, and then. Like I said before, with the street photography, I started doing a series called Summer in New York City, where I would just like literally go wander the city for like 4 hours, taking pictures of random people. Sometimes, you know, people trying to fight me or chase me, or people getting creeped out. Yeah. You definitely gotta use some discretion.
So you said you are a creative director for the Rat Fest for photography. So what do they have you do?
Well, they basically have me shoot all the online digital covers, all of the artists that we either sign or who come to us for consulting. I handle their basically a lot of their visual work when it comes to photography. And so you have all these like up and coming artists. Like a big thing for artists is EPKs, like an electronic press kit. So you need like solid, fresh photos, you know what I mean? So I help these kids get their visuals right. But it's cool because I get to do everything from them, like work with the kids who sign up with us to, you know, when we do our online digital covers and we shoot people like, you know, Dave East or Rich the Kid or Chasing Cash or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like people who are like super established and known. And like, I love that I get to work with that. Like, it's all about spectrum to me, like balance, like this side and that side, be able to touch both and exist in between, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's awesome. So you love doing that.
Yeah. I love working with younger artists. Like, it's really a passion of mine because I spend a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of money sometimes went to the wrong things that I shouldn't have been spending it on. So anytime I can help people save money and connect the dot that they were unsure about, you know, it just makes me feel good.
Yeah, kind of like teaching them what not to do almost.
Yeah, like what not to, because I mean, I learned from experience. Experience is like the best teacher, you know what I mean? So like as a human being, we really only learn that like we know the fire is too hot after we get burned, like, you know what I'm saying? You see the fire and you know it's hot, but you don't really fully understand until you get burned. So like having been burned numerous times, not like that, you know what I mean, I'm STD free, I'm clean. But you know what I'm saying, being burned multiple times by different people, different money situations, or paying for things, you know what I mean?
Right.
I just try and help people avoid some of those pitfalls if I can. People gotta understand, like, when you provide a really harsh truth, you have to spoon feed it kinda, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, some things are really hard to digest, like to be a white person who's not racist and have somebody look you in the face who's black and say, white people, you know what I'm saying, are at the hands of oppressing an entire group of people for hundreds of years, and you're not racist, and you think, I've never done nothing racist, my parents ain't racist. It could be a tough thing to swallow. Or maybe if you're not racist, or your parents, they grew up in a different time, but patience is what's needed, but persistence is what's going to actually make the change, you know what I'm saying?
And I think a realization too. A lot of people they're not realizing what's going on. They don't want to look at the news.
Because it doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect them.
It doesn't affect them. So they don't want to watch the news. They don't want to see what's real and what's actually going on. And once people come to a realization, I think everyone will come together and do something about what's going on.
But that's like if you see Colin Kaepernick, you know, like kneeling for the national anthem. I seen somebody wrote, they said, if you kneel for the national anthem, they riot, but another body in the streets and they're quiet. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because you see a lot of people who say these things like about, oh, this guy should be respecting the anthem. There's troops who died for this, but there's
I've seen that, and it's annoying.
And then there's a dude who gets shot dead in the street, and they not saying anything about, like, there's people, my brothers, who I was sending boxes of deodorant, beef jerky, washcloths, like people who's overseas in the army, my brothers, and I was sending them these things. And my thing is just like, yo, you can't have an opinion if you don't do shit. Like, so if you have never done that for a veteran, you never, like, I not to brag, but like I went from a little kid, like Thanksgiving, like multiple Thanksgivings with my mom, and delivered like meals to veterans. I'm allowed to have an opinion. If you never did nothing for no veteran or nobody in the service, what right do you have to have an opinion? Like, and that's a lot of people, they just want to have an opinion.
Yeah, and it's all the social media. Everyone wants to hide behind the computers, but then when it comes to actually taking action.
Because you could have whatever perception you want on online.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Swift.
Okay, cool.
Being here.
So how we do this? Is it like a handshake?
You want to shake
Yeah, handshake. Or like this. With a snap. Booming. It's me, you watching MTV News. You could reach me at tswiffa.com, T Swiffa on Instagram, T-Swiffing it on Twitter. I need to change that, it's kind of complicated. And then T Swiffa on Facebook. But yeah, if you want to follow me, follow me. I mean, follow my Instagram if anything. I post like a lot of cool
Instagram's
pictures.
dope.
Booming. Backwood to the head, I be flying. I told the cop it wasn't on me, I was lying. They said that life is full of choices. I decided that a nigga gotta make it. Nothing's given, so you take it. Never fake or run your mouth about another man. Listen, brother man, your boy hot in January, feel the summer tan. The sun is saying we will sun you, but listen, word to my mother, honor my brother, that's regardless of color. These niggas penny pinching, I ain't with them. They henny sipping with my click, I give a game, I listen. A lot of niggas round a circle, but see if you are in it. But we been family, dog, which will mean that you are in it. Always strong, we never timid, always on, we frequent winners. We in the winning circle. Oh yeah, I'm smoking green, but sometimes it's purple. This is what I do like Urkel. I write these bars like journals. I pray I live eternal, if I don't live through my verbal. These are bars, nigga! Yeah, I got the best one yet. So one of you other niggas who come freestyle, spit on this shit, y'all have to top mine.